here we have our associations activity. This is one of our language centers, and it's working on the associations or category tasks. So there are two different tasks within the activity. One is receptive or more understanding, and one is more expressive. So on the cards, you will see that some of them say receptive and some of them say expressive. So if we're focusing on the receptive association game, you can just take those receptive cards and that's all you'll need for that activity. And what you're going to do for this one is you're going to have the student look through the cards and decide which one they're associated with or which group they belong to. So for example, if they find the purple bird and they look at all of their choices, they're going to put that beside the other bird. Maybe you're going to find the butterfly, and that would go by the bee. And they're going to go through all the cards and find the ones that go together. So once they have done all of that, I won't go through them all here, but once they've done all of that, if the child is at the level where they could explain why they go together, you could also ask the students that, or you can just see if they can identify which cards go where, just knowing that then they understand that category or that association. So that's the receptive task. There's also the expressive task. And now I will say if they're struggling with the receptive part, the expressive part may be difficult for them, but you can always try and just see how they do. So the expressive cards have a question on them, and they're going to ask the student to name 3 things that go with an item. So this first one says, name 3 things that go with a pig. So maybe a student will think of mud, or maybe they'll think of other animals on a farm, like a horse or a cow. And so it's up to you to kind of determine whether or not that's an appropriate answer or not. And you'll kind of know if the kids if they're on the right mark. They may need some support, and that's an opportunity for you to talk about and help them learn some more things that go together, or things that are associated with each other or belong in the same group. So now you can also decide how many cards you're going to do with a student during the center or the group of students. Or the other thing you can do is set a timer and see how many you can complete during that time. That's really up to you. It just depends on your class and what works for your group. If you have any questions, you can reach out to your SLP.